Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to my Certified High Performance Coaching Training Series in support of Dianne's CHPC Recertified Project 2017. It's an online crowdfunding campaign hosted on Generosity by Indiegogo, and it is designed to help me raise the funds that I will need to recertify as a Certified High Performance Coach in June. Now, the campaign started on April 17th and wraps on May 26th. So hopefully you have a moment to go by and check it out and participate as a contributor as well as a perk partner, because I'm still seeking goods and services that I can use as incentives for people who come by the site. And I've already had over 1,500 visitors in 2 weeks. So there was great opportunity to have your good or service viewed by, as you can see, over 1,000 people so far anyway. So hopefully you'll participate with that as well. And there are links below this video to get you to that site and get you all set up, all right? Now, today is Energy Tuesday, and as we mentioned before, this series is going to cover one of the pillars of high performance, either clarity, energy, courage, productivity, or influence, each day of the week. So Monday's clarity Monday, today's it will be Energy Tuesday. So as you remember, last week I posed a challenge to you. Hopefully you were able to accomplish that. We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up. But I wanted to focus particularly on the G part of Energy Tuesday today. And so I wanted to focus on GO, which is what we talked about. Remember, energy as a little play I had on words. So it's N for nutrition, R for rest and reflection, and G for go, and gratitude. So we're going to focus on the G today. Now, I am very committed on making sure that I maintain a great physical health regimen. So I have to do that because it helps me mentally and physically get through my day. It energizes me. I do it in the morning. And one of those things certainly is to get it out of the way. But secondly, it gets me ready for my day. It makes me alert, you know, makes me flexible, makes me ready to move and to do the things I want to do. It's challenging, but it's consistent. I'm consistent with it, so I want to make sure that I'm having that level of balance in my life, because I'm kind of working a lot all the time. So I've got to have a way that I'm expending energy. So that's why I've built that in. And I've been doing it regularly for years. I run, which helps with my cardiovascular system. I do strength training, which helps with my neuromuscular system in terms of helping me feel stronger, be more limber. It certainly helps support my bones, and it also helps with metabolism and digestion as well. And then I also do yoga because it's relaxing. It helps me focus. It helps me build my stamina, my balance, my coordination. And so I do know, though, that there are folks that seem to or may think that they can't commit to some level of exercise. And as you know, I did kind of challenge you to that in the last video. And my philosophy is you make time for the things that are important to you. So even if it's taking the stairs instead of the elevator, I mean, there are all a lot of little things that you can do to help build more physical exercise into your life. You know, check out Google. I'm sure, you know, there's thousands of videos and resources there for you to use. I also do know, though, that if you haven't worked out in a long time, you may be feeling, well, the last time I tried that wore me out. I don't know how you think that could help you feel more energetic, because it wears me out when I work out. I just want to go home and take a nap. Well, because I've created it as a lifestyle now, it's something that I depend on. I become trained to expect from myself, certainly. And certainly because my body has adjusted itself to the way I live now. So it'll be difficult for me to not do that, because it does energize me. It does help me feel more alert. It does help me get through my day. Now, I know my body. I'm not a doctor, so certainly you have to go see yours to make sure that, you know, starting any exercise regimen will be a good idea for you right now. But yeah, I know my body and I know what it needs, and I have expectations of myself because I'm a very high achiever. And so I want to make sure that I make sure that I've accomplished the things that I want to accomplish every day. And it's going to be difficult to do if I can't move and think and express and expend my energy in a way that's helpful for me. Also expect a lot from the people around me, and a lot from people. When they tell me they're going to do something, I expect them to do it. But, you know, I've been through a lot to know, and enough to know that that doesn't always happen. And I have to also temper my expectations with the reality that I need to be grateful for the things that I do have. And I certainly am grateful. I just need to certainly make sure, we all do, that we are thankful and we recognize and remember to be grateful. You know, I'm a pretty driven person, and so if you're like me, you're always trying to push envelopes and fit square pegs into round holes and coaxing eggs to hatch. You're more focused or very, very intensely focused on outcomes, but you also have to appreciate the process. Appreciate the process of whatever you're going through and be thankful for it, because there's some learning that's going on at the same time as you're moving through it. Now, that's an effort to try to work balance in. And one of the ways that I do that in terms of the G part and gratitude part of all of this is to journal. It gives me a moment to sit still, reflect on my day, even though a lot of times I'm doing the who, what, where, when, and why of my day. I'm not, unless there's something really stressful and emotional going on, I'm not really focused so much on what I'm thankful for in my journaling. But I do want to start doing that, and I'm committing to starting to do that more in my journaling. And every day, actually, I'm going to make that commitment to do it. Every day, find something to be grateful for and write that down, because it's too easy to take those things for granted, and I don't want to do that any longer. I have to stop doing that. And so hopefully that's something that you'll be reminding yourself to do as well, to getting connected with people in a way that, you know, in your mind, and getting connected with yourself in a way that you're making sure you're writing those things down, but also saying them to people, telling people that you're thankful, telling people how much you appreciate their support. You know, I certainly have had to do that through this process of this campaign. People around me, they see, you know, what it's taking out of me to make this thing happen, and they're being very patient and very gracious with me, and I've been so appreciative of that, and I've made sure that I've thanked them for that as well. And I've also reached out to people who I don't see that often, to let them know, you know, thank you so much for the beauty you bring in my life. I so appreciate that. It really makes a big difference for me. So how about you? We mentioned earlier, I did pose a challenge to you last week, and that question was, how vibrant are you feeling in your mental and emotional and physical life these days? And you may remember I was asking you how you're feeling, you know, you feel like going to take a nap, or are you ready to go take your new exercise class? How are you able to address those challenges that I gave you last week? Hopefully you were able to. Well, today, since we're focusing just on the G part, the go, which is the exercise, and gratitude, let's focus on that. So were you able to do any workouts, any exercise last week? And who did you thank? Who were you able to send a little note to, or give a hug to, or thank you phone call to? Were you able to do any of that? Well, you know, I only managed to do 2 workouts last week. So, but as I mentioned before, I did do the thank you and the gratitude part. So I guess I'm 0 for, what is it? 0 for 2? I don't know. Anyway, but the purpose of all of this is to help you be more present. Recognize that there are things that you have in your life that you need to be grateful for, and people that you need to be grateful for as well. So hopefully these exercises and these videos are bringing you some value. And please take a moment and let me know that they are in the comment section below this video, as well as my Facebook page at Get Dianne CHPC Recertified 2017. This is a two-way street. I know I'm talking to you right now, but there's your opportunity for you to converse with me. If you got any questions about high performance or high achievement or any of the pillars of high performance that we're talking about, please make sure that you stop by to that page, find out what we're discussing, and get some conversation going. I'd really love to see your feedback, and I'm sure it'll be helpful to a lot of people as well. Now, next week, we are going to have a special guest. I'm going to have a special guest join me, and we're going to talk, focus on the nutrition, the N part of energy. We're going to talk about things like hydration and what we're eating and how we're reflecting and meditating and things like that. So that should be a really interesting conversation. I'm looking forward to that. So in the meantime, as I mentioned before, stay connected with me. Thank you so much for participating. Have a great Energy Tuesday.